Good morning, everyone. Today will be our fourth lecture on system analysis and design, code CSB 1211. So today's class content will be block 3 system planning and initial investigation, unit 9, and from block 4 information gathering, it will be unit 10 and unit 11. We'll try to cover as much as possible. So our objective outcomes of our class will be revise disaster algorithm and Bellman-Ford algorithm, understand how to identify business need, and understand project objective stakeholders. So under Unit 8, in the last class, we have already gone through disaster algorithm and Bellman-Ford algorithm. So once again, we'll be understanding in a brief detail. So here we can see in disaster algorithm, it uses OSPF, find the shortest path from source to all nodes, okay? Works on weighted graph as well. So here is one example we have shown V1, V2 till V6. I think in the last class also we have explained, we'll explain again. If you have any doubt in between, you can raise your hand. So you see it's a weighted graph. It's where there is a weight for every node, but it is not directed. No arrows given in node to node direction. So here you see if we start from V1, V1 will be a red color. So we'll measure to go to V2, how much weight it will cover. So here we'll make a table so that it will be better for understanding. First will be distance, and second will be the previous node, and last will be visited, whether it's visited or not. No? So node will name the node from V1 to V6. Now from V1, so distance is 0. V1 to V1, distance is 0, so none. Previous node is none, so visited, true. So we started from B1, so it's true. So B1 to B2, how will reach? Here V2, na? V2. How will reach? First we'll measure B1 to V2. Here it's 9, but here it's 4. Again from V3 to V2, it's 6. So still less than 9. So we'll choose the less one. So B1 to B2 means 6. Distance is 6. It will be plus 4 plus 2, 6. Then previous node is what? 3, V3. So V3 will, here, whichever direction we follow, will mark with the red color. So V3 is covered, V2 is covered. But here we have to mention, since V3 comes after V2, what is the distance? 4. From B1 to B3, its distance is 4. So the previous node was B1. So it is visited, true. So from B1, how to reach B4? Now we'll see B2 to B4 means like 6. Total 6 plus 7 is how much? 13. So from here V3 to B4 again, like B1 to B4 is 4. From here B3 to B4 is 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is minimum, then 13. So we'll choose 5. So B4 to B5, B4 to B3 to B4. We have chosen which is the distance 5. So previous node is B3, visited, true. Now reaching B5. Reaching B5, which we'll choose. Reaching B5 will choose. Reaching B5 will choose which weighted. So here 5 plus 4 will be our minimum. 5 plus 4 is 9. So previous 9 is the distance to reach the B5. And B4 is the previous node. So again B6. How to reach B6 now? B6 our final destination. So here 9 plus 2 will be 11. But if we go through here, 9 plus 8 will be 17. So we'll choose the 11. 11 is the minimum, so we'll choose. So previous node is B5. So our last total cost will be the last value, which is 11. We calculate 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus, you see, in this way we'll calculate, and last point will be 11. So the total cost is 11. Next, understanding the Bellman-Ford algorithm. So it handles negative weight slower than disaster. Okay, slower than disaster. Here again, in the same way, we have made node A, B, C, D, E, and here 0, 0, 0. A node is 0, 0. B node is -1. You see here -1. C is 4. Right? So in this way, we'll see. So introducing to problem domain. So going to the next unit, number 9. Introduction to problem domain. Problem domain refers to the environment in which a problem exists. Okay. And includes business processes, user, and constraint. What is the goal of problem domain? Understand the real world problem before designing the solution. So the importance to understand the problem domain is prevent incorrect system development, ensure relevance to business need. Next is again continuing activities involved in this problem domain, studying the exist processes, identifying stakeholders, analyzing system requirements, and key outcome will be, what will be the key outcome? Clear problem definition, context awareness, initial requirement. So these are the key outcomes when we understand the problem domain. Next, identifying business needs. Importance of business needs. We'll understand what are the importance of business need. Align project with organizational goal. Okay, and justifies investment. Help prioritize features. Source of need. What is the source of needs in business? We have to identify operational inefficiencies, customer demands, market competitions, regulatory changes. Okay, these are the main source of needs in business needs, identifying the business needs. And technique to identify business needs is interviewing with management, surveys and feedback, performance analysis, SWOT analysis. SWOT means strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. So remember, SWOT is referred for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. Next, project objective. What are the project objective? What should be the project objective? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. That is SMART. Okay. Project scope includes what? What is included and what is excluded. So we have to keep in mind project scope. Scope, like what is included and what is excluded. Important is scope definition. Scope definition is avoid unnecessary work, help in resource planning, improves project control. Okay. Next, stakeholder identification. How to identify the stakeholder? Key holders are individual group affected by the system. Okay. Types, internal and external. There are two types of stakeholder identification, that is internal and external. Internal means employees and manager. External is customer, supplier, and regulator. Okay, stakeholder analysis is how to understand stakeholder analysis. Interest, influence, how it's influenced, and how is expectation, their expectation of the customer. Okay, tools, stakeholder matrix, power versus interest. Importance of stakeholders analysis. What are the importance of stakeholder analysis? To do stakeholder analysis is to ensure user satisfaction and reduce conflict, improves decision making. These are the importance for stakeholder analysis. Okay. Now, what is the background analysis? Background analysis involves studying current system, means what is going on in our environment surrounding. So that our current system, organizational environment as well, past data and trends, means past data, what have been done, what have to be done. That one we have to study in the background analysis. What is the purpose? Gain deeper understanding of the problem context, to build new system or to improve the system. Existing system overview. So what are the existing system overview? So existing system overview is study current system, manual or computerized. Manual or computerized will be our study current system. And what does it mean? Identify inputs, processes, and output. Okay. And limitation of existing system: inefficiency, data redundancy, slow processing, and lack of integration. So this is how we overview the existing system. So organizational structure is hierarchy of roles and responsibilities. Helps identify decision maker, okay, and reporting relationship. And in IT environment, what it happens is what is supposed to be there is hardware, software use. What are the hardware and software use? Network infrastructure, existing technologies. Next, fact analysis. What is fact analysis? It collects an examination of facts and helps validate assumption, provides evidence-based insight, data collection method, includes interview, questionnaire, observation, document analysis. And what are the importance of data collection? Ensures accuracy, reduce bias, support decision making. Okay. Now, dynamic routing algorithm. What is dynamic routing algorithm? It's a process mapping tool. Okay, like flowchart, data flow diagram, there's DWebD and UML. Identifying the gaps means how the dynamic routing algorithm was to identify the gap, that is compare current and versus desired performance. Okay, what are the types of gaps? Performance gaps and technology gaps. So these are the self-assessment questions. Next class will be covering unit 13 or unit 12, 13 and 14. Thank you. If you have any query and doubt, you can email in this email ID and website. Look into it and please go through your SLM and practice the solved example and also practice the problem as much as possible from the net as well. Like you can go through tutorials point and geeks for geek, some online website where we can get the source for practice material. Thank you for attending the class and see you in the next class.